The anime begins when a man is struck by a truck and dies in the hospital while thinking that he has a very useless life. After some time, he opens his eyes and realizes that he is still alive. He sees Paul and Zenith in front of his eyes and then realizes that he has been reincarnated into a new world as the baby of Paul and Zenith. He finds his mother very attractive because he thinks like a 34-year-old man. His parents love him very much and name him Rudeus. They call him by his nickname, Rudy. He is very flirty by nature and wears Lilia's underwear on his head. Lilia is a maid and is embarrassed when she sees Rudy with her underwear. After that, he starts crying, and his mother, Zenith, tries to calm him down. She uses healing magic to calm her baby. After some time, Rudy looks outside from the window and notices something strange flying in the sky. Seeing this, he becomes interested in magic and heads to the back room of the house to learn more about it. Rudy attempts to understand and practice magic using water drops. In his first try, he wets himself, but with practice, he learns the whole process. He throws a water ball at his father, Paul, and hides himself after doing this. Paul is a swordsman and also wants to make Rudy a swordsman. Rudy still wants to increase the size and speed of his magical water drop, so he begins to learn more. Suddenly, he creates a massive water drop, which bursts through the wall of his house and shoots outside. Due to its size, it looks like it is raining. Upon seeing this, his parents realize that he has used magic because it's impossible to create such a big water ball without magic. Zenith is happy to see this because she now wants to make him as a magician. But Paul doesn't want the same. However, they agree that he will learn magic during the day and swordsmanship in the evening. So, Zenith hires Roxy Magurdia as his magic teacher. Roxy explains the different types of magic, which are attack, healing, and summoning magic. She starts teaching him attack magic. Rudy accidentally damages a tree with his magic, which causes Roxy to get scolded by Zenith. Afterward, they enjoy delicious food and treat Roxy as if she's a part of their family. The scene shifts, and we see a funeral scene from the past, where Rudy is watching an adult movie on the computer and finds it amusing. After that, some people arrive and throw him out of the house due to his activity. Outside the house, he has an accident. Now, the scene shifts to the present, where Rudy creates many dolls with magic and makes them disappear in no time. During his magic, he continuously hears romantic sounds of Paul and Zenith. He goes out of the room to see them bare skinned because he is naughty. However, after going outside, he sees Roxy, who is engaging in adult activities. Roxy has been there for 6 months and now teaches magic to Rudy even at night. In the night class, Roxy teaches him about history, but his attention is constantly on Roxy's underwear. She teaches him a story and tells him that she is a demon because of her hair. She also warns him to stay away from a lady with green hair with a red symbol on her forehead. The following day, Rudy does water and fire magic at a time, which creates a beautiful scene in the sky. After that, he sees children playing but runs away when they notice him. Meanwhile, Roxy arrives and shows him Renoa City, which is a city of mountains. She recommends that he enroll in Renoa Magic University, but he refuses due to his past experiences. There is no custom of birthday parties there after a year. Instead, the party is arranged after a gap of 5 years. Now, it's Rudy's 5th birthday, and everyone presents him with gifts. Paul gives him a book, but Roxy gives him a magic wand with a magical stone that amplifies his magical powers. Afterward, Roxy tells him that he is a more expert magician than she is, so she arranges a final graduation test for his magic. For the final test, Roxy and Rudy go outside on a horse. They reach a suitable place where Roxy teaches him sacred level water magic that temporarily damages his horse, which is tied to a tree. However, she quickly recovers the horse with healing magic. Rudy performs the same magic with more perfection, so Roxy is now leaving because she has taught Rudy everything. She leaves by giving a pendant to Rudy. After some time, Lilia finds Roxy's panty in Rudy's room. Meanwhile, Paul is flirting with Zenith on the ground outside the house. Rudy comes there and asks them to go outside. Hearing this, Rudy's parents become happy because they think of him as a weak child. But Rudy comes there and tells them that he is their brave and sensible child, for which they should be grateful. Paul tells Rudy that he gets worried because Rudy doesn't do childish things even as a child. Then, Paul lifts him on his shoulders and asks him to make friends and explains to him that power should be used to help oppressed people, not to impress girls. After some time, Rudeus sees some children who are throwing stones at someone. Rudy doesn't like it at all and drives them away by using magic. He then moves forward and asks the kid if he is alright. Rudeus sees that this guy has green hair, which reminds him of Roxy's warning. He then uses water magic to clean the guy's hair and sees that he doesn't have any red symbol. The guy with green hair tells him that his father is a half-elf. After that, they start walking, and the guy with green hair introduces himself as Sylph, which is his half name. Then, Sylph asks Rudy to teach him magic, and he agrees. In the evening, Rudy returns home, but Paul slaps him at the door because he beat the children. Rudy is angry at this and behaves rudely with Paul. After that, Paul is worried about Rudy and tells Zenith about his concern. It's a summer day, and Rudy is practicing swordsmanship while thinking about his father. Meanwhile, Sylph comes there and starts practicing magic. Suddenly, it starts raining, and Rudy takes Sylph to his house. He arranges a bath and takes off Sylph's clothing. He is shocked after seeing that Sylph is a girl. After that, she starts crying, and then Paul explains to him to apologize to Sylphiette. Here, he comes to know her full name. The next day, Sylph and Rudy become friends again. Everyone seems very happy. Rudy congratulates his mom because she is pregnant and expecting a new baby. Paul hugs Zenith because he is also pleased with this news. After some time, they are all at the dining table, and suddenly, Lilia announces that she is also pregnant. Everyone is shocked upon hearing this and starts looking towards Paul. Paul gets nervous and admits that Lilia is expecting his child. It is terrible news for Zenith because she loves him very much. Zenith slaps Paul with a broken heart. The scene shifts to Zenith and Lilia. They both are sitting and talking about their plans. Here, Lilia says that she will go to her village and raise her child. But Zenith does not feel safe because her village is 100 meters away, and it is risky to travel during pregnancy. On the other side, Rudy sympathizes with Lilia because she always helps him in every case. Rudy thinks that now it's time to help Lilia, so he goes to his mom and blames the whole matter on his father and acquits Lilia. Zenith agrees with Rudy and allows Lilia to stay with them. The following day, Rudy and Paul are practicing swordsmanship, but Lilia looks at Rudy from the window. She is thankful to Rudy because he saves her, even though all the fault is hers because she was the one who seduced Paul. After that, time passes and Norn and Aisha are born. Paul entertains both of them by making faces. Rudy and Paul are practicing swordsmanship, and after that, he meets with Sylphie, who hugs him and asks him not to leave her. It is night, and Paul gives Roxy's letter to Rudy, by which he comes to know about her location and that she has a new student. The next day, Rudy expresses his wish to join Renoa Magic Academy to improve his skills. Paul disagrees with him. After some time, Paul and Rudy are on the ground, but suddenly, Ghislaine arrives to take Rudy with her. Zenith and Lilia also greet Ghislaine. She is an attractive lady by her looks. Then she takes Rudy with her. Rudy and Ghislaine are in a carriage. Rudy is not comfortable there and asks her about Paul. She throws Paul's letter on Rudy's face and asks him to read it because she can't read. By reading the letter, he comes to know that he is going for a job to teach a 9-year-old girl in Roa. He gets despondent while reading that he will not meet Sylphie for the next 5 years. He wishes to meet her once a year. After some time, Rudy and Ghislaine reach a beautiful house where many beasts are serving them. Then, Philip Boreas Greyrat comes there and introduces himself. He is the mayor of the town and a cousin of Paul. It is shocking news for Rudy. After that, Philip tells him about his job. He has to teach his daughter Eris, who is very selfish and doesn't know anything about magic and arithmetic. Then Rudy and Philip leave the room to go to Eris. Philip praises Rudy for his intelligence. Then they reach Eris's room, and there she slaps Rudy with anger, but Rudy slaps her back, and she gets furious. She throws Rudy to the ground and punches him badly. Rudy uses magic and runs away. He hides himself under the table so that Eris is not able to find him. Then, the scene shifts where Rudy and Eris are being kidnapped. Rudy unties his hands with magic, but Eris can't do this, and here Rudy tells her the value of magic. Then, the kidnapper comes there and beats Eris badly for her rude behavior. She starts to bleed, but Rudy heals her a little. Eris asks him for complete healing, but he refuses. Then they run away from the kidnappers, and Rudy completely heals her. They reach a town beside Roa, and there Rudy tells her the value of arithmetic. There, they sit on a carriage and reach Roa. After reaching Roa, they see their servant, but he is also a partner of the kidnapper. The servant's partner again catches Eris, but this time, Rudy uses fire magic. In return, the kidnapper also attacks him, but Ghislaine reaches there and saves them. Then they reach home. Philip asks about the problem after seeing their condition. Rudy then thinks about his powers, and suddenly, Eris allows him to call her Eris, and Rudy gets happy about it. Rudeus and Philip are discussing the kidnapping incident of Eris. They talk about the planned kidnapping, but Rudeus asks why they kidnapped him. Philip then tells him that he is a part of the Greyrat family, that's why he can be used for any plan. Suddenly, Hilda comes there, who is the wife of Philip. Philip introduces her to Rudeus. Hilda ignores him and leaves. Then, Saurus Boreas Greyrat comes there. He is the father of Philip and the Lord of Fitoa. He talks about Eris's kidnapping and orders Philip to treat Rudeus in a good way because he is a savior of Eris. Then, Saurus asks Rudeus to teach magic to Eris. He then calls Eris and orders her to request Rudeus for magic skills. The following day, Rudeus teaches fire magic to Eris, and Eris practices it with interest. Rudeus feels good to see this. Then the scene shifts where Rudeus is teaching arithmetic to Ghislaine while Eris sets fire inside the house with magic. Rudeus extinguishes this fire. Upon this, Eris runs away and Rudeus goes to find Eris. After some time, he finds her. She is sleeping, and Rudeus touches her body and tries to remove her panties, but she wakes up and punches him. Then he goes to Ghislaine and cries innocently for help. She agrees, and then they study at the table when Ghislaine tells them a story at Rudeus's signal. The following day, Rudeus is teaching arithmetic to Eris, where she gets angry and runs to punch Rudeus. After that, the scene shifts where Rudeus, Eris, and Ghislaine go to Asura Kingdom. There, a shopkeeper calls Rudeus and tells him about a potion for physical involvement. It costs 10 gold coins, and Rudeus writes it in the diary. Eris comes and asks him about the potion, but Rudeus starts asking her an arithmetic question. Then they return home, and Eris takes the potion of 10 gold coins for Rudeus. Then she asks him what the potion is for, but he doesn't want to reveal the use of the potion to Eris and Ghislaine and tries to run away. But Ghislaine catches him, and he still doesn't want to reveal the use of the potion. Rudy unintentionally dropped the potion, which breaks on the floor. And that's the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, goodbye.